Hello YouTube. Moving on from the mk6 turtle helmet. Now I'm going to take a look at the British Army General Service mk6 Ballistic Nylon helmet. Just turn it around. Nice. So as you can see, compared to the turtle helmet, this helmet has a lot more coverage. Covers a lot more of the head. More of the skull's protected, as you can see. And this was the British Army's first attempt at using modern materials in a composite helmet. Up until this point, everything had been made out of steel, like the Mark V and all its predecessors. Like I say, being made of composite materials, some people believe that it's made of Kevlar. Obviously, when you see these on eBay, they're generally listed as Kevlar helmets. They're not Kevlar, not at all. They're made of ballistic nylon. Okay, so we take a quick look at the liner now, or should I say the suspension system. Now looking at this, you can see it's completely different to the original Mark V lining. It's not detachable in the conventional sense. There's no lift for dot stud, none of that stuff. Also, I moved away from the elasticated chin strap. As you can see here, you now have the 3-point chin strap. Comes around the chin, comes around the back of the neck, keeps the helmet nice and tight. A lot better than the early liners. The only real problem you have with it is in the middle here where you have the drawstring. Obviously, however loose or tight you have that determines how deep or how high or low the helmet sits on your head. But because it's tied in and not that thing, that's the top of your head, it drives you crazy after a bit, not very good. At the front, you've got padding. The padding's actually attached to the shell of the helmet. It's not a liner band system in the slightest. The pads are actually stuck to the helmet. Not unlike what you're seeing in today's more modern helmets. It's just the pads aren't really removable in any sense. When we look at the side, you can see that it's actually cut away in such a way, or it's moulded in such a way, sorry, that it can be used with ear defenders and ear sets and all that sort of thing. Again, it was the British Army's first attempt at creating a more modern helmet. It weren't just the materials, but obviously the concept behind it, the ability to adapt, use different equipment with itself often. And obviously it was designed so that it could be worn with the S10 respirator as well, so that it created a nice fit. Like I say, let's have another look at it on the dummy's head. Looks a lot better than the turtle, and I believe it was about 1985 when these started being issued, but I would imagine it took quite a while for every unit to receive them. Now, one interesting thing to note, we turn these two over. Obviously these don't have the covers on. That's the DPM woodland cover. It's what most people recognise. We take the covers off and we take a quick look at the shells. This one, it has a smooth finish, smooth green finish. That was the first ones made, the original pattern. And originally when these were first developed, obviously 1985 and just before, it takes a bit of time for it to develop. Yes, excuse me. Obviously there was a ban on Kevlar, as in we didn't have access to it, so these were originally made with ballistic nylon and actually fiberglass. And like I say, these had a smooth finish. This one, a 1990s model, or possibly even 2000, yeah, has 1999, has the textured finish, which means that this one does actually incorporate several layers of Kevlar into the design, but it's not a Kevlar helmet, it is mainly ballistic nylon. So yeah, that's it anyway. The British Army mk6 General Service Ballistic Nylon helmet, and that's the advancement so far to date. The next helmet would have been the mk6A, which was essentially the same shell, but with a slightly modification to the liner system. I think also the shell, the durability and the strength of the shell is apparently increased as well by, I think they stated about 40%. But we'll take a look at that one in the next video anyway.